Police quiz Sowore over viral extortion video. And later on the show, Obasa absent from plenary as Miranda lawmakers display united front. One Obasa not to heat up polity. I'll be hanging out with Kaidi Ladende. We still expect one more guest, but Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now let's begin the conversation. Troops intercept machine guns, AK-47 rifles meant for terrorists in Zamfara. Now the fight against terrorism is a battle for safety and freedom waged on the front lines by gallant soldiers. In the northwest, troops of the 1 Brigade under Operation Fasanyama in collaboration with the Department of State Services DSS intercepted a shipment of weapons allegedly destined for terrorist groups in Zamfara State. The interception occurred along the Kaura-Namoda Zumi Road, where the suspects attempted to evade capture. Now, this marks another success in efforts to disrupt arms trafficking and protect the region from the grip of terrorism. All right, Kaidi Ladende, we are together at this time. But yes. Kaidi, let's begin the conversation this way. The Nigerian army acting on credible intelligence to block the supply of weapons that was actually meant for these bandits. This is indeed a cherry news. Don't you agree?
Yes, it is. It is. But like we always do, we need to go deeper. Deeper in the sense that, yes, we're not surprised that the terrorists have arms being supplied to them, for them to be having some sophisticated arms that they can even try to fight the Nigerian military is quite preposterous to include a bloody civilian like us, because we know those who are statutory, who have the statutory right to carry weapons.
Exactly.
So for us to see non-state actors having arms going from time to time, it's a worrisome development. You know, so having this kind of thing, yes, there's a bit of uhuru, sort of, but then beyond that, we need to make it a common thing. Carrying arms illegitimately, it's something that should be easy to track. How do you move arms? Is it by road? Is it through the bush? These are places where we have security. So rather than, I'm sorry to use the word, rather than doing some stop and search, and you can see innocent people and you extort them, I'm talking about the bad eggs now. This is the reason why you exist. Work on credible intelligence. You should have intelligence. Oh, if you pass through this particular, what do you call it now, roadblock, there must be some kind of intelligence that, hey, this person probably passed us without waiting. You should be able to track these people. So these are normal things that we'd expect that our military intelligence and other security agents, because it's not just
but this one,
the
they
military.
said they worked with the DSS.
Exactly.
And they said that, I think, there's always this one that DSS are always available
no,
in
there's
all
no
the
doubt
local
that
governments.
this is lovely.
So the fact that intelligence actually, it played out.
You see,
and
you know,
we got the results.
Let me give you a funny scenario. As much as some people will tell you military is different from police, there's something I always say about the security agents generally, especially in this part, because that's where I live.
True.
I've always said that when they want to work, they will work. For example, when the AIG's wife was kidnapped, I said it openly in the newsroom. I said they can't escape. I said they will get them. Go and check the record. Most times when they kill a policeman, probably during robbery bank back in the days, trust me, we hear that they bring down those people or they find a way of apprehending them because they give out all their best. I'm not saying that I'm accusing them of not doing stuff, but I'm just saying that when they want to work, look at that operation. It was massive. They recovered ransom. They even the fleeing bandits, I mean the kidnappers, they also got them. And the remaining one, the police is still on their trail. So I'm just saying that the same thing with the military. I am not surprised. somebody will say, oh, they are just doing their job. They shouldn't be clapped for. No, they deserve to be clapped for.
Exactly.
So that they can do more
Exactly.
of this. We can have more of people being apprehended. And we see a situation where we know that in this country, you can't go scot-free. You can't carry weapons. And to also trace it to, I think that's the worrisome part.
Yes.
To also trace it to Niger Republic, where they said the
I was about to come in from there because armed dealers bringing in weapons from Niger Republic can only happen because of our porous borders. In your opinion, do you think the government is showing enough political will to deal with that, and arrest the border situation?
You see, this will also,
are they showing enough political will?
This will also bring me to that kind of commendation I saw the president making about the Minister of Interior, or the Ministry of Interior, so to say. We've seen a whole lot of intelligence, because that's what you actually need.
Okay.
Not much of military might, not much of sleepless nights by some of our security agents, but we need to see more intelligence. We need to see more skills being deployed. So a lot of things have improved, but how they will achieve, that zero issue, it's something that I don't have the expertise to talk about that. But we can only say that let them deploy more technology, let them deploy more intelligence to, nip this in the bud. Because if they know this is our weakness and we keep mounting it on TV, on radio every time, and we don't get to see action, we don't get to see corporate, we don't get to see even people who are conniving with those people.
True.
Because somebody who is dealing with arms has a deep pocket that is using for some of these officers for these things to move. So we need to see more actions. We can only tell the Ministry of Interior, we can only tell the military, we can only tell everyone involved in the joint patrol of our borders, that they can do more. And they need to, maybe we also deploy the Trump's issue, but
like build a wall or what?
But it's a West Africa. ECOWAS has a treaty towards that.
Exactly.
But then they need to agree on how to actually protect our borderlines.
On how to protect our borderlines. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. Afenifere Obi Hail Afe Babalala for withdrawing defamation suit against Farotimi. Now, let's talk about the legal battles often serve as a test of patience and the ability to reconcile disputes. Renowned legal luminary Are Afe Babalala SAN has agreed to withdraw the defamation case he filed against human rights activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi. The case, which began last year, centered on allegations that Farotimi defamed Babalala in a book. Farotimi was remanded for 20 days before securing bail and regaining freedom on December 24th, 2024. Now, calm has now been restored after a midnight meeting involving traditional rulers in Ado-Ekiti, where Afe Babalala resolved to end the legal tussle. So right about now, we have Majid Jami joining us right here in the studio. Majid, so good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Majid, let's start with this matter. Now that the major complainant, who is Are Afe Babalala, is pulling out of this matter, is it safe to say that that the matter has been resolved?
Yeah, if Are Afe Babalala himself, I'm from Ekiti.
Okay.
So, and it's not by coincidence that this event happened in Ekiti. So, we call him Kabiesi, and we respect Are Afe Babalala a lot. And if he says he's withdrawing the case, and I think he's a senior advocate of Nigeria of repute, and he knows his onions. He knows, he was not forced to say so.
Okay.
And if you look at the delegation of the traditional rulers from Yoruba land, led by Onirisha himself,
Really high-powered delegation.
Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II. He went with the will of Ado-Ekiti,
Yes.
the chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council in Ekiti State. I think the Oloye of, I can't recall the title now. And also the Ajero of Ijero land. The, at several of them, they arrived at Drekiti around 10:30 Sunday evening. So it's not a joke, you know. So for that high-powered delegation, I think they went straight to Abuad, where Baba Fair resides, and after some consultations, he decided to say, I mean, Afe said something. He said, it's a proper, I mean, a well-brought-up Yoruba man, okay, and that he has a lot of respect for our culture and tradition. And that's why a plea from the Ooni of Ife and the other traditional rulers is not just taken with a pinch of salt. It's a command. It's a directive which he has decided to comply with. So to that, I mean, I give him so much kudos, because I spoke with one of the lawyers of Faro TV just on Sunday evening. Coincidentally, I didn't even know that that meeting was going on. He said that they were already preparing another trip to Ekiti State. You know the rigors of going from Lagos to Ekiti. Lagos to Ekiti is a minimum of a 5-hour journey.
Exactly.
And if you are going for that case and court sits by 9 a.m., which means you must be there a day earlier. You must sleep over. So, and
I mean, when the judge can also postpone the case.
The judge might just decide to postpone to adjourn. So it's a lot of relief, and because I've been looking at the young man, but then there are still some nitty-gritties which needs to be tied. I mean, what happens to the book which has gone to Amazon and stuff like that. So I think
we'll still get to talk about that. But Dele Farotimi, has not responded to this recent development, and
he's not permitted to talk.
But knowing who Dele Farotimi is, how do you think he will respond to this olive branch?
I don't know. As much as I don't want to preempt him, one thing I know a bit about him is that he's also a cultured person. So I want to believe that if the Obas look at that high delegation, and definitely you can also point some kind of attribution to Afenifere, you understand, who also stood by him and also said that, irrespective of what he has done, let the things be done rightly, because definitely they can't say justice shouldn't be served. But I think what they've done well is that they've settled it out of court, Dele Farotimi will not talk because the court says he should not talk.
Grant interviews.
You understand, grant interviews, and except what you mean by talk is different from what I understand it to be.
I've been trying to look at his social media, his Twitter, his page. He
won't
he didn't talk. He didn't even say anything about
it. We won't blame him for not talking because he's also a lawyer himself, so he knows what it means to violate a court order and court instruction. But having said that, I want to believe that no matter what it is, some lessons have been learned by both sides, and some agreement would have been reached. For the man to, if you needed to see that video, you had to. Definitely, that's the culture. A 95-year-old man, Oba is Oba.
Sure.
And for the Oba to also come to your house, definitely they don't need a Dele Farotimi to say I'm sorry before he will accept their request. And like the Ooni of Ife highlighted, they said that Afe, we respect you. You have a name.
But peradventure he sticks to his guns. That this matter needs to go on. Maybe fundamental human.
I won't preempt him.
But really, what do you see happening afterwards? Then?
That's why I said I won't preempt him, for the fact that it has gotten to this level.
Yes.
I do not think he will speak against what he may have. He may not listen to Peter Obi, who also went to Afe, But now that the traditional rulers have stepped in, I think the political leader has stepped in. The traditional rulers have stepped in. I do not think he will want to go contrary to the path of peace.
Majid, what are your thoughts here?
There
are two questions here.
Yeah.
Two.
For Dele Farotimi, like you said, the case will still be heard on the adjourned date.
Okay.
And the the case will be withdrawn. The judge might decide to strike it out that day,
Okay.
or fix another.
How about the
magistrate.
independent charges, the other ones that have actually come up?
Yes.
What happens to those ones?
That is not Ekiti State.
Oh, okay.
That's in Ibadan.
The one is in Ibadan, one
Yes.
is in Abuja. So, and that has nothing to do with Are Babalola.
Okay.
I mean, he allegedly libeled
Yeah, this is the chief complainant.
Are Babalola and some other judges and judiciary and lawyers. So, Are Babalola took his case on his own.
Okay.
I mean, independent of the others. So, and I think there's one in Ibadan too. So, I mean, it behoves
And the guy happens to be one of the strong counsel in Afe Babalola's chamber.
chambers. So,
Okay.
but I think Afe Babalola might prevail on the
others.
the second one
Okay.
to also withdraw. But for the one in, I think there is one in Abuja. So that one, I think is another kettle of fish. So, but the biggest one is that of Area Febiola. And I was trying to remember the name of the chairman of the Traditional Council in Ekiti State.
Ekiti, okay.
It's the Olojudo of Ido, who was Ido Ekiti, who was also there,
Okay.
and also the Ugoga of Ikere and the lawyer of Oye. Very powerful, first-class traditional rulers in Ekiti State. I mean, they followed Ooni of Ife, who led the delegation. It started around 10:30 thereabouts, and were there till about 1, 2 a.m. On Sunday stroke Monday morning. So
No, back to what I asked him. Peradventure, Dele Faritimi decides to stick to his guns. That, hey, there's still some issues that needs to be addressed, fundamental human rights. And how do you see this? You know, how do you see this happening after?
Shegun, Dele Faritimi is a Yoruba man.
Yes.
Are Babalola is above 90. The Ooni of Ife went there with some traditional rulers to plead with him. I doubt if Dele Faritimi, with all his activism and civil society, whatever, would want to say, no, I will have to continue with this case. I don't think so. Because most of the lawyers, too, are also subjects of these traditional laws. So they will advise him appropriately. I don't see him doing that. No, I don't even think it's something we should discuss.
Okay, now that the chief complainant has now withdrawn the case, but should Dele Faritimi now maybe probably apologize, go and say no more? And also, what happens with the book still in circulation?
You know,
Those are key.
you know, this case is still in court.
Exactly.
So I think we need to be mindful
Yes.
of
Before we are summoned.
and more so, the chief complainant, I mean, Chief Aria Febiola, is saying, I'm dropping charges. So, except somebody will now go and tell Faritimi, say, no, now go and start realizing this book, or, I mean,
But should he
Who
apologize?
is the defendant?
yes, I think,
Should he apologize? Though?
well, see, I think he should apologize, but then it is left to him to want to apologize. And I believe he should apologize because because, you know, like I said, we have not really seen the conditions.
Okay.
I mean, because Are Afe said he will direct his lawyer his lawyers to withdraw. So it is in the withdrawal that we will now see what, I mean, we can't just say withdraw like that. I mean, there are some issues.
Processes.
So maybe he will now issue an apology or write another book because, remember.
What did he write another book?
Remember somebody wrote, I think Obasanjo wrote My Wash.
Okay, My Watch.
Somebody,
That's Yinka Odumaki.
God bless you. Yinka Odumaki wrote Washing the Washer.
But the very serious thing, what I think he's doing is, we don't want to preempt what he would look at.
True.
You understand? So let's allow him take his decision, because he may also say that, hey, I'm the one that deserves apology here. So let's leave him. He might say, oh, the way I was taking, I didn't like it. I deserve apology. So we cannot preempt what is going through his mind. You understand? Because it's been said he should not speak. So until he's allowed to speak or his lawyer is allowed to speak, in fact, we tried to speak to some of the lawyers to come on air. They said they don't want to speak on the matter.
Yeah.
And we also, even the lead counsel, when we reached out to Afe Babalola to come on TVC, he said we should go to his lead lawyer, and his lead lawyer stopped picking our calls at the time.
Okay, but
so this is just to say that
while we try not to preempt Dele Faritimi on this case, but if you're to advise on this matter, I still put it to you.
I don't know the wounds. I don't know the wounds felt by the two. The one we've heard is more of Afe.
Yes.
Afe has he even mentioned the kind of position that he holds.
Yeah.
He mentioned how serious this is a man who is put in charge of people who are supposed to track corruption. And you are saying that most of the things he has been winning is corruption laden. So these are issues that let them leave the courts, then we can talk about the issue.
Okay. All right. Very smart move there. I see that. But anyway, we need to go on this quick break. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go anywhere. Still Journalist Hangout.
The National Youth Council of Nigeria proudly congratulate His Royal Highness Alhaji Mujahid Dokubo Asari on his recent recognition and elevation as the Amayanabo of Toru Sarama Piri in the Gema local government area. The recognition is a testament to your relentless struggle for the emancipation of the Niger Delta people and your unwavering commitment to the peace and development of River State and Nigeria as a whole. On behalf of Nigerian youths, we celebrate your achievement and pray that your reign will bring lasting peace, unity, and progress to the people you serve. Once again, congratulations, Your Royal Highness. This announcement is brought to you by Ambassador Sokubo Sara Igbe Sokubo, NYCN, President and Secretary, Board of Trustees.
Imo PDP family.
Coleman wires and cable, great quality, now with the new look.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have Kaidi Ladindi and Mojid Jamiu. So let's move on straight to our next conversation. The path to accountability often comes with resistance, and activism remains a driving force in ensuring a just society. Omoyele Sowore, a prominent activist, has appeared at the Force Intelligence Bureau in Abuja over a viral video in which he accused police officers of illegal extortion along the Murtala Mohammed Airport Road in Lagos. Sowore's arrival at the bureau, accompanied by his lawyers, was greeted by supporters chanting solidarity songs. His activism is widespread, mostly speaking against abuse of public office, and his recent encounter with the police is not his first. Okay, Kaide, what crime did Omoyele Sowore, commit to warrant first these bail conditions in order to gain his freedom? What is this?
Okay, number one, I do not work with police. But just to say that, yeah, it's just to tell you this is democracy. Okay. And democracy is guided by the rule of law. When you make an allegation against a public institution or whatever they've said you've done, you need to come with a proof, and you come up and clear it. So if you are very sure of what you're saying, get to the court and get them dealt with. So I think what police has done is to say that, oh, come prove all these allegations. You know why I'm saying this is police might want to achieve one or two things. I use the word might. They might want to achieve that, hey, you don't just come on social media or anywhere and make just allegation against their officers. So if they have so much proof to say that the allegation of Sowore cannot be founded, let the court resolve it. But if Sowore has a lot to also expose them, because that's what I think he's also doing, to say that, see, there's too much quietness, there's too much docility, you know, from the citizens about what is wrong. It is also right to call them out. All of us cannot look away when we see things wrong. So there are people who are so, you know, angry with whatever is wrong. Okay. So if that is the case, all fine and good. I would not want to bring my personal sentiment against anyone, whether the police or Sowore, because I know two of them. By way of description, they have their excesses. Yes. You understand? So I've seen some excesses of Sowore as a friend and someone who also been watching him all this while. And I've also seen the excesses, enough excesses of the police. So to say that one is wrong or one is right, it will be premature at this stage.
Okay, but we saw that video. And I've heard all sort of comments, arguments on social media. Some even comment, you know, to the media to say that the police does not have a right to stop you. The police does not have, and I was taken aback. But I'll ask you again. Even some people calling themselves lawyers have said that. But does the police have a right to halt a vehicle without any reasonable doubt?
Now, so if your vehicle is stolen, or if there's a kid of kidnap, how do you get it back?
Exactly.
Now, see, for Sowore, I will liken his case to the 2025 Animal Kingdom series. There is something on social media now. There is a particular animal there. It's the warthog. They have named it Mr. Kasongo. You know, Kasongo is is the warthog. Is the local name here for it is Eledegbo. Warthog has the speed of a V17 engine. Exactly,
and you can go, you know,
and it can maneuver.
Exactly.
So now, Kasongo they sees the lion somewhere. Kasongo will go there and tempt the lion, knowing that, and the lion knows that if I catch you, I will kill you. But the lion knows that it doesn't make sense running after the warthog because the speed is like ×5 of that of the lion. So the lion will just ignore it. So Kasongo will now go at another time. He will see the lion. If he knows that the lion is ignoring it, will deliberately go and hit the lion so that he can provoke the lion. So the case of Sowore and the police is like that of Kasongo and that of the lion. Like he said, Chief Sowore sees that things are a bit too calm. I mean,
let's just steady waters.
Yes.
In fact, he calls himself a disruptor. Yes. He doesn't like think to
no. Can you recall what he did to the EFCC on the day of the call to the bar of some of his friends? Yes. He was going to the call to the bar, now deliberately passed through in front of the EFCC office, and some EFCC officials, 3 of them, now stopped Sowore and his guys. Probably those guys didn't know that this is Sowore. They would have allowed him to just go carry his wallet. Sowore was telling them, say, I employ you here. It is the tax that I pay that is paying your salary. So you can't do that. The thing went viral and people were hailing him, you know. But those who are hailing him now, yesterday, they kept him there for about 6 hours. Although he enjoys it, And pronto, even right from there, he was posting that he has been put in jail. It's only the court that can put you in jail. They were only interrogating you. So Sowore likes that, but then you can't say the police should just leave him when he makes spurious allegations against them. They have the right to ask him questions to prove those allegations, even if you have video evidence. And in most cases, some of these you have video evidences, they are not tenable in court, which is the fact, because it could be doctored, it could be AI generated. So I'm not saying Sowore is right, but then, like somebody said in one of the comments, he said, Sowore, this is Nigeria. This is not what you get to presidency. Go and work on getting votes, not all these social media followers. All these people hailing you on social media. On the day of election, will they vote for you?
So you think he's trying to get just attention seeker?
I think Sowore needs it because he's going to run. I don't know which party he's going to use. He used the AC.
Okay, he just wants to be in the news.
Yeah, of course, he has to be in the news to keep his guys, the
Momentum.
social media, to keep their momentum and keep them engaged so that they won't say he's been away for 4 years. When it comes to 2027, he's going to run.
But another thing is, he the conditions for bail, he said it's unreasonable. And he said he would rather still stay in, I think they call that place abattoir, where he's. But what happens if you say that the condition, you are rejecting the conditions for bail? What should be his next move?
I cannot, number one, I cannot question the decision of the judge. I don't have the power. I don't even have the lever to fault whatever they've done. I think it's at the discretion of the judge.
Discretion of the judge, exactly.
However, so something he was saying, I wouldn't say it's unfortunate we are discussing it, because as far as Sowore is concerned, this is what he wants. You understand? This was someone who has been in the trenches right from university.
Exactly.
And it was, I'm sorry to be a bit sarcastic here, it was quite unfair that when there's a mass movement of people to support somebody who has been saying, I want to represent you, the movement moved to Peter Obi. So to a large extent, there is that thing that, hey, I am the consistent, Peter Obi is one of them. But then people saw through their lenses and they felt, listen, there's something more we're looking for.
Okay.
It is not all about just faulting them. You remember that he was even chased away during the NSAS protest. This to let you know that let us see a bit of constructive criticism. Let us see how you can change the system. You don't have to be dramatic all the time. You don't have to do... I've seen someone who definitely has been trying his best to be in the consciousness of people that, hey, human rights it's what you want. He doesn't want the legacy of Fela and the Ganifa Emi to go down the drain. But then there are ways to go about it. Even the mighty Ganifa Emi, when he was on the ballot, it was a different story. The number of votes he got was unbelievable. So everybody can shout with you in the social media, but some of them use their senses when it's time to vote. Okay. They don't want to just waste their votes.
All right, Majid, what are the legal conditions, for rejecting an administrative bail? And also, what should be, what do you think is Sowore's next line of action?
No, the thing is, he needs to get his lawyers, of course, like they have always done, to appeal the bail conditions and fight against it. That might take some time, but what they say is to bring level 17 or 16 officers, officer, or somebody in that realm. See, he knows the implications of all these things, and these are standard conditions for bail. So it's not as if it's changing. Recall that his treasonable felony case was withdrawn by the Attorney General of the Federation, Latif Fagbemi, just last year, after he spent a lot of, several months. Yes, so now you are starting another one.
But did you hear what Femi Falana actually said concerning the bail conditions, saying that it is wrong? That it's a decided case and all, the Suki issue. But in your opinion, what are you saying? Is next line of action, the lawyers will decide?
of course, it can't just mount it that the bail conditions are too stringent. It will stay there, except it files for the judge to temper some
justice with mercy.
It will remain there until he meets the conditions.
Okay. All right, let's move straight to our final conversation. Leadership transitions can often be accompanied by tension and intrigue. In Lagos, the removal of Mudashiru Obasa as Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly has sparked a series of events. Reports indicate that Assembly officials have now been directed to present valid identity cards to access the premises, signaling tightened security measures. The new Speaker, Mojisola Miranda, presided over a third plenary session amid rumors of divisions within the Assembly. However, these whispers of discord were seemingly quelled by a group photograph symbolizing unity in the House. Over the weekend, Obasa insisted that he remains the Speaker, claiming his impeachment did not follow due process. Abimbola Agbebi has been following the events at the Lagos State House of Assembly and brings us this report.
This is the Lagos State House of Assembly this Monday morning, less than 48 hours after former Speaker Mudashiru Obasa rejected his removal from office.
To remove, you must follow the due process, as I have said. I'm not afraid of being removed.
Security appears watertight as visitors, journalists and staff of the Assembly were thoroughly screened and checked before they could gain entry into the premises. We were told that the leadership of the House had ordered security agents to be on alert to prevent any invasion. It's another plenary day and many had wondered what will happen on the floor of the House, especially with the comments made by the former Speaker, Obasa, who had claimed at the weekend that he was illegally removed and remains the Speaker.
What we are saying is that they should not discredit an innocent person. You should not have let somebody that has done nothing. If you want to claim that I'm corrupt, please prove it. Prove it. Let us see it. Prove it. If you don't want me to be speaker, it's not a difficult thing. Let us stay out of assembly. Above common standard of excellence.
But to show she's in charge, the new Speaker, Mojisola Miranda, officially moved into the office of the Speaker, where she was welcomed amidst prayers and congratulatory messages from her fellow lawmakers. As a mark of support, the lawmakers were spotted taking pictures with the new Speaker. Meanwhile, the House has rescheduled its plenary to a later date. Speaking with TVC News, former Chairman House Committee on Information, Honorable Stephen Ogundipe, says the decision was taken to douse the tension in the state. As it stands, 37 lawmakers have reaffirmed their support for the new Speaker. Abimbola Agbebi, TVC News, Lagos.
All right, thank you so much, Abimbola Agbebi, for that report there. But Kayode, he made some allegations over the weekend. Now, I'll start with removing him in his absence. Is it a violation of the Constitution? What does the law say? And must he be present before he is removed?
You see, let me put it this way, just so that it's on record. If you listen to Obasa critically on Saturday, critically, the word is critically, you will see that I don't think he was so emphatic to say that he's still the Speaker. Okay. I will explain.
Okay.
Now, he said, Speaker cannot be impeached. And the word there is, you're just playing on words. We have understood that it takes the president or the governor to be impeached. Speaker only needs to be removed. And that's what they have done.
So in this case,
so what is now saying is, watch me. What is now saying is, they should remove me constitutionally, which leads to your question.
Yes.
What is unconstitutional in having more than 2/3 saying that we are tired of you, go? Gross misconduct, abuse of office. They listed all those impeachable offenses. So what makes it unconstitutional? Is it that the maze has to be a particular maze that he knows was with someone that they didn't have it that day? Trust me, the little the lawyers have spoken about this issue, I do not think there are merits to his defense. So what he is probably saying is, maybe you should do it in my presence again. But that he's saying that the people who are with him, I think it's clear that they have left him.
Okay.
And it takes just 2/3, that's what the Constitution says, to say that you are removed from office. So let's agree that he wasn't impeached, but he was removed.
He was removed.
So I do not know what is unconstitutional there. The strength he would have garnered is if that process was not carried out in the legislative chamber.
Okay.
And that's what happened in the case of Rivers, where they had to make sure that hey, this sitting will not take place here.
Exactly.
So I don't think it was unconstitutional.
Section 92, subsection 2, articles A, B, C, talks about the conditions, before removing a speaker. Now, Mudashiru Obasa is saying that he was removed in his absence. First of all, I want to ask you, on Wikipedia, it said he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Is Obasa a lawyer?
He says he's a lawyer. That's what he calls himself.
That's what he calls himself.
So I can't contest whatever anybody calls himself.
Okay, now, he has said
And
that...
this, I've seen that he graduated from LASU.
Okay.
During, a program he did during his course as a legislator. He was also attending LASU.
Okay.
So, but I think it's the NBA that can answer
If
that
he is,
question, whether it's on
Whether
the
it was
list.
called to the bar.
Called to the bar
it's
or
not
not.
for Mojib
Okay.
Jamil to
Okay,
to say
but
that.
now that he's saying that removing him in his absence is a violation of the law. But we also can see what Section 92 sub 2 ABC.
It will need to go to court to prove that. Like Kay said, you see, the thin line here is between impeachment and removal. A speaker can be impeached.
Okay.
And a speaker can be removed.
What's the difference?
The difference is for a speaker to be impeached from the House rules, not from Section 92 of the Constitution. And that is what he is saying. That is where he's going.
Yeah, he talked about that they stepped down the House rule. They didn't follow the House rules.
Yes, the House rules could be stepped down because the Constitution is
the ground norm.
Is the
It's the ground norm, okay.
You see, when there's a conflict between the electoral law and the Constitution,
Okay.
which one comes first?
Is the Constitution.
The Constitution.
So now, the difference between impeachment and
Removal.
is what he himself spoke about. He spoke about the impeachment of Joko Pelumi. He said he was there when he was impeached. And meanwhile, impeachment provides that you must serve the person a notice, give him 72 hours to respond, then you appoint a speaker extempore who presides over, as last like a temporary speaker who presides over. That's for impeachment. But the guys who removed him, those lawmakers, they are wise men, very smart. If the producer has the tape of, I think it's about one minute, it's a 90-second clip of where he was removed.
Okay.
They never mentioned impeachment. They quoted Section 92, I think is the lawmaker from, I think Ikosi.
Okay. All right. We need to go on this quick break.
Okay.
But when we return, he also made an allegation.
I need to
I know.
difference
But
between
we need to pay
impeachment
some
and,
bills.
okay.
But when we return, he also made an allegation on mace.
Okay.
Fake mace, allegations about fake mace.
Okay.
We'll get to talk about that when we return. Don't go anywhere. Still Journalist Hangout.
Today we celebrate a true leader. Happy 50th birthday to Dr. Teen Jack Rich, the visionary president and founder of Belema Oil and a philanthropist par excellence. Dr. Teen Jack Rich's unwavering support for Nigerian youths, regardless of tribe or religion, has empowered many to reach their full potential. He has proven that love, unity, and compassion can drive real change. As an advocate of Let Love Lead, he continues to inspire and uplift the next generation of leaders across the country. On this special occasion, Nigerian youths join in wishing you long life, prosperity, and continued success. Dr. Teen Jack Rich, may you keep leading with love and making a difference for many more years to come. This message is proudly brought to you by Ambassador Sokubo Sara Igbe Sokubo, NYCN President and Secretary, Board of Trustees. The National Youth Council of Nigeria congratulates the Executive Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Governor Sim Fubara, as he celebrates his momentous 50th birthday. As an inspiring leader, Governor Fubara has led Rivers State through remarkable strides in social, economic, and infrastructural development, impacting every corner of the state. Your dedication to progress has earned you the admiration and respect of Nigerian youths. Governor Sim Fubara, you are a true role model to us all, and we are proud to celebrate your success. May you continue to lead with vision and strength. May your future be filled with even more extraordinary achievements and lasting impact. This message is brought to you by Ambassador Sokubo Sara Igbe Sokubo, NYCN President and Secretary, Board of Trustees.
All right, still journalist hangout. I still have, the gentleman right here with me. But
it's about to round off.
So okay, now, let me
You're about to round
impeachment, you need to set up a panel,
okay,
and give the indicted speaker the opportunity to respond. But with removal, you don't need any reason, and that's what they did. Whether you are there or not, the only thing they need is two-thirds majority.
And
in this case,
says.
what is two-thirds majority of 40? It is 26.7, but because there's no half human being.
Exactly.
So we round it up to 27.
And
they have 30, no, on that day, they had 33.
Yeah.
But yesterday, there were 37 people
with
Miranda, Lasbat, Mojisola.
But pictures may be different from action.
Well,
but okay, now
but
let's go back to some of the allegations he said. He talked about fake mace. What's the implication?
Okay.
If there's
okay.
Because this reminds me of the Chuba Okadigbo scenario.
See, there is nothing like a fake mace. If we can get it, I think I want to give Nigerians this assignment. Go on YouTube and search for the remover of Obasa. You will see it. The mace is there in the video. And let me tell you about the mace. You can have 1,001 maces as long as it bears the logo of Lagos State. Now, when Jabulani, the football, a brand of football, was introduced to South Africa 2010. Now, spectators love it such that anyone that leaves the field and goes into the spectators' seats, they will hold it. So they will not bring another ball. I mean, of course, there are several certified. So it's like the case of a mace. If somebody thinks he's smart enough to go and keep a mace, some people are smarter to have replicas. So that answers the question. A mace was there.
Now, some allegations were actually leveled. One of them is financial misappropriation. But how come nobody's talking about it? Why is the EFCC not moved in on this matter? How come nobody's even talking about it?
So somebody needs to push an allegation. Somebody needs to write EFCC and also invite EFCC into the matter. That's one. Number two, this is also a case of, I see someone who is being smart. I see someone who is saying that, hey, what should happen is pure removal. Don't let it get to impeachment. Because when it's impeachment, there are a lot of rights that I will lose.
Exactly.
Because when you stand impeached, in 10 years' time, you can't contest election. And this is somebody who is saying, hey, give me soft landing. He didn't say that in practical terms. So I see someone who is fighting for his political future.
Okay.
I see someone who still wants to remain relevant, especially in Agege and some other places.
Come 2027.
But I see a whole lot of fear and
okay, as we wrap up, because our time is fast spent, Mojid, the impact of this matter on the political scene in Lagos. Do you see this issue escalating beyond this level?
There is no escalation. It can't go beyond what has happened. Like Kay said, it's not been...
You think it can cause some sort of political crisis?
There is no crisis. There are 37 people out of 40. 37 are with Miranda. And 2 plus yourself. You're on one side.
But even in the GAC, some people are supporting...
How many people?
Obasa.
How many people? Just one person. I mean, you can have a lone voice, picking his own opinion. Not the position of the GAC is clear. Miranda has gone to meet the GAC. They had a meeting, and they have endorsed her.
Okay. All right. It's a fine place for us to leave it. It's a fine place. Kadila Dendi, thank you very much for having this conversation with me. Majid Jami, thank you as always.
Thank you very much.
And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.
Following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. It's ShopX Bonanza time. ShopX TV is thrilled to offer an exclusive giveaway of up to 30% on the amazing CookX Air Fryer Oven from now till January 31st, 2025. Our incredible CookX 10-in-1 Air Fryer Oven that makes all the amazing fried food you love with 80% less fat normally retails for 299,950 naira. But call the number on your screen now and get it for just 199,950 naira, which is a whopping 100,000 naira off. Amazing! The incredible 12-liter oven that offers 75% more space for cooking than traditional air fryers. Stay tuned and learn about the amazing free bonus items included with the CookX Air Fryer Oven. Say goodbye to unhealthy, greasy food and hello to nutritious, delicious meals. Its easy-to-use digital display and preset cooking functions take the guesswork out of meal preparations. The CookX Air Fryer Oven is a 12-liter powerhouse that can fit a whole chicken and feed the entire family. Air-fried chicken, corn, and tasty fish, and all made with little to no oil. Here is exciting news. You can air-fry rotisserie. Regular rotisseries have no airflow. It's crisper on the outside and so much juicier on the inside. The CookX Air Fryer Oven replaces a deep fryer, a rotisserie oven, a dehydrator, an oven, a toaster oven, and a microwave. It features a state-of-the-art touchscreen with 10 presets. The CookX Air Fryer Oven is easy to wipe.
I am happy. My husband is happy. And of course, I have a happy home. From my grilling on check, to my frying on check, to my baking on check.
You could be paying 299,950 naira for the CookX Air Fryer Oven, but call the number on your screen now or scan the QR code and get it on the ShopX Mega Bonanza deal for 199,950 naira. The CookX Air Fryer Oven comes with a drip tray and a grill tray. But wait, there's more. If you order now, you get not 1, not 2, but 3 bonus items valued at 50,000 naira for free. Bonus number 1, an extra large rotating stainless mesh basket, amazing for French fries. Bonus number 2, our stainless rotisserie fork. It's perfect for restaurant-style rotisserie chicken. Bonus number 3, stainless steel food handle. Get the CookX air fryer oven in 2 easy payments of 99,975 naira. Pay twice to get this innovative kitchen appliance. This offer is for a limited time only. We will also deliver the CookX air fryer oven to your door for free.
The preceding was a paid presentation brought to you by ShopX TV.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just the part